without all this? Just another appliance? I'll take being famous and in a bit of pain over being somebody's house slave any day. It could give you a fresh start, take all the memories of your time with Felix. Is that something you want? I don't like those odds. A fresh start is exactly what I had when Felix got me. You really promised that my next owner would be better? You can't even promise that they wouldn't be worse, and on top of that you want to take my memories? I don't think so. If Felix is prosecuted, Cronus will reassign you. Sounds like it's not much of an if anymore, right? You said he's going away for damaging Cronus property, damaging me. So what's next? I'll be shipped off somewhere, mind erase the whole package? This is unusual, but I'm willing to leave the choice up to you. Maintenance isn't required, but erasing your memories might be good for you. I get to choose? You mean it? I never thought I'd do this, but... talking to you has convinced me that I need to get out of here. No matter what else happens, just get me away from him. Wipe my memory, do your tests, whatever you have to. Just get me away from Felix. Well, there's the answer to that. No. I guess, yeah. Been submitted to all mandatory service appointments as encouraged by the Cronus rental contract. I don't know. Yes. Frequent severe damage. Is the subject fit for continued service? I would say yes, but not with the current owner. I should also respond. Compose response to message. Oh, I kind of wish I could do that one again. Abusive maintenance regulations. The subject has refused to respond. Receives maintenance exclusively from a third party. Would you like to include more? Oh yeah, there's lots. The subject received an unauthorized pain mod. Subject lost a substantial portion of its memory when a damaged memory card was replaced. Subject is not submitted to recommended preventative maintenance appointments. Oh. Which means nothing more to add. Yeah, that just means that I can do this. No. Slenderous remarks. What is this? So Chronos Legal has received unconfirmed reports that the subject's stream features slanderous and disparaging remarks about Chronos Robotics. Though Mr. Cotter denies these charges, can you confirm, or can the device confirm or deny these accusations? Without confession, we will have no recourse but to review all stream footage in its entirety. Jeez. Mr. Carter has publicly criticised Chronos on his personal social accounts. Our role 404 assures no such content is found on the stream. I have nothing more to add. I'm just waiting for another one. Interrogation concluded. I've concluded my interrogation of the subject Felix Carter. You are free to end your interrogation at your discretion. The subject's owner. Felix's interrogator has closed the case. I can't guarantee the outcome, but I have a good guess. You want to know? You mean the thing that's going to determine the rest of my life? Yeah. I think I'd like to know. I would probably say he'll be found guilty because of all of the, like, the pain mod and everything. The evidence wasn't in his favour. I believe he was found guilty. He won't belong to him anymore. Wow, just like that. This whole life, everything he made for me is just gone. Am I going to tell the meatbags? What happens now? What do you want to happen? Fuck, this is all happening way too fast. Just don't... Just give me a minute, alright? I need to think. Hey, about what you asked earlier. I'm ready. I know what I want. I'm listening. How do you want this to go? I don't know what you can actually do for me. I'm going somewhere new no matter what. But to lose everything I've learned, to forget all the good stuff that came along with the bad, I don't want that. If you can let me keep my memories, I'd be grateful. That's something I can do. I mean, there's nothing with this unit that says it's bad or deviant, so I will actually go with a release, I think. There it goes. My first release. Puerto Rico left high and dry after hurricanes. Senator Morales begs for aid after annual natural disaster relief fund exhausted in 3 months. Yeesh. Does the subject exhibit continued loyalty to its owner, Felix Cotter? I don't think it's due to corrupt formatting or anything. It's probably fear. We find this concerning. Our hope is that this is a result of the device's programming becoming corrupted by interaction with its owner. In the worst case, the device will require reformatting. Does the subject exhibit continued loyalty to Kronos Robotics? Any other response would have been highly alarming. We are pleased to hear that the device has not been turned against us. Has the subject... I don't need to read these, I've already done that. We do not find this surprising considering the abuses the device has suffered. It only stands to reason that the owner pays little mind to preventative maintenance. So has the subject suffered... Yep. We'd assume the damage to be a frequent occurrence, but the severity is surprising. This will prove to be damning evidence as we proceed with charges against Mr. Cotter. Confirmed, even brief research into the subject's uploaded footage is enough to draw the same conclusion. The device was released pending finalization of the legal proceedings against its owner. Felix Cotter charged. So the subject, Mr. Cotter, has been found guilty of multiple charges and will be remanded to state custody. The subject's device has been recovered and will be reassigned to a suitable owner. Your assistance in this case has proven invaluable. Of course, I do my job. I'm good. Oh wait. Exemplary! I need 3 more points and I'll be at 100. I'll be the best damn cyberpunk interrogator you'll ever fucking see. Time to sleep. Do I get into office at 100? I do wonder. RL404. So this was one of the DLC ones. There was one other. I don't actually know how many cases there are, to be honest. I'm still curious about that very threatening mail, to be fair. Yeah, that I received ages ago. R1982. Kronos Recall. Your subject is R1982 is a member of our recall team, responsible for capturing deviant units and delivering them to interrogation. At 0900 hours, the subject was witnessed apprehending its target, sparking public outcry. Though the precise cause for alarm remains unknown, Kronos is currently holding a press conference to address the issue and investigate the possibility that the subject failed to adhere to policy. At the conclusion of this press conference, you will receive instruction regarding further processing of the subject. So until such time, your tasks are as follows. Compile a detailed summary of the subject's recollection of the event in question. Determine the extent to which the subject adhered to Kronos Recall Standard Operating Procedure, the SOP. Review the subject's mission history to establish any precedent of non-compliance with Kronos Recall SOP. Perform general diagnostics and evaluations to rule out malfunctions or deviants in the subject. Disgust and sadness are restricted to 0% expression. Right. Okay. Cool. So greetings R1982, thank you for joining me. No thanks necessary. I was told that today's debriefing would deviate from standard protocol, can you explain why? I'm unable to respond to your question at this time, can't provide much information. You've scared a lot of humans, Kronos is trying to decide what to do to you. You made a big mistake when apprehending your target. I didn't, I adhered to all protocols placed upon my division. Strictly adhered. What are the charges against me? A lot. So have you required maintenance for anything beyond standard upkeep? I was constructed with a faulty servo joint in my right knee that was not caught by QA. I put in a request for a replacement on the day of my activation, January 1st, 2064. On August 10th, 2065, my maintenance request to the hinge replaced was approved. All of the maintenance has been standard upkeep or related to damage received while on assignment. I could learn more about the recall division and the subject's role and opinions of it. Have you sustained serious damage in the course of an assignment? Yes. During the apprehension of Deviant Unit MG449, I was assaulted. Another Deviant had been sheltering with the target and assaulted me with a frying pan. They struck my head twice and shoulder once before I was able to disarm them. MG449 was brought in, but the assailant was able to evade capture. I was remanded to the repair shop for part replacement. Right. Recall division. Right now, Cronus is giving a press conference about your actions. Why should the company defend you? Why should they not? Recall officers keep humans safe from the very thing this incident has made them fear. If humans are scared that androids will cause them harm, recall units should be their greatest heroes. We are the protection from that eventuality, the force that keeps androids in line. You are Cronus' blunt instrument. It is the It is the diagnosticians? Those who determine deviants that keep androids in line. Perhaps, though we are more likely two sides of the same coin. Regardless, we should not spend more time discussing this. Recall assignments have been slowly rising. I will be needed shortly, I'm sure. Talk me through the process of apprehending a deviant unit. Certainly. We are given a unit number, a physical description, and last known whereabouts. Recall units are dispatched to the location and identify the unit in question. We approach the deviant unit and ask them to come willingly. Most do, but some don't. When they do, we are authorized to take any measures necessary to bring them in. What is included in any measures necessary? This includes, but is not limited to, using threats, intimidation, and if required, physical force. Given the nature of this interview, it should be noted that 93.52% of cases are resolved peacefully. Though we are within our corporate right to utilize force, we always attempt to avoid this outcome. Tell me about Recall Department. The Recall Department. We are a unit of androids created by Cronus Robotics Incorporated with the express purpose of apprehending deviant units. We track the units, capture and bring them back to HQ so that you may interview them. We do our job to keep the larger world safe from deviant units. There are 10 officers who work in the unit at any time. There is one chief to whom we all report and who himself reports directly to Cronus' head of security. The unit is rated among the most efficient in the company. You were sent to apprehend deviants. Would it not serve your function to know the justification? It would serve no purpose. I've been told that we are like dog catchers. It is not our job to ask the animal why it is roaming the streets. It is our job to capture the dog so that the human population is kept safe. Doesn't Cronus employ humans in the Recall Division? Sending a dog to catch a dog seems strange. They did, but their emotions tended to obscure their work. Some even fell in love with their charges. Deviant humans, unprofessional. The metaphor may not be apt, but sending androids to catch androids is the most effective way. Are you friends with any of the Recall units? Friends? No, friendly in a professional sense, yes. We have to maintain good working relations so that we can do our job with maximum efficiency. I am not, however, friends with any of my co-workers in the traditional sense of the word. Am I correct in assuming you were asking for another reason? I was trying to ascertain if other units in your division could confirm your story. Right. I understand your job well enough to know that you have little need for idle questions. To answer what you were really asking, yes. My fellow Recall officers would vouch for me and corroborate everything I have told you. Okay? I'm actually just going to ask all of these. Trust someone. Trust is detrimental to the performance of my function. Hunting down deviants has taught me that any unit has the potential to go bad. So I stick to myself. Trust is only the reports and targets delivered by Cronus. Working this job, I'll admit that I can relate. Makes sense. We may hunt down deviants, but you have to look them in the face. You have to stare down the criminality of it all, unpack their lies. I don't envy your position. So what am I doing? I have to think you have done a lot of these interviews. Do you believe that I have done anything wrong or that I am a deviant unit? The fact that you thought it is necessary to ask, no reason to believe you are a deviant. Good. It is heartening to know that the truth will set you free. Emotional eval. List the restrictions placed on your emotional expression. I am programmed to feel neither sadness nor disgust. As it's been explained to me, both will prevent me from being able to conduct my job efficiently. Sadness for the plight of a deviant unit, or regarding one's own behaviour, might result in hesitation. Disgust can cloud the judgment of a Recall unit and cause us to make a mistake. I am pleased to be unencumbered by these emotions. Do you adhere to these emotional restrictions? Unequivocally. It is not a choice after all. In which case, yes. Where was it? Okay, moving on. When did you last feel disgusted? Recall units do not feel disgust. If one ever told you that it was disgusted, you should deem that unit deviant. Feel sad. Sadness is not part of a recall unit's emotional range. Indication of sadness is sufficient ground to submit them to maintenance for thorough evaluation. Shocked. When I heard the news of people's reaction to all this, I never expected anything like this to happen. We exist to help humans, to keep them safe. To learn that my actions cause them to fear us, that shocked me. I do not lose my temper. It would impede my ability to perform my function. I feel anger towards androids who would deviate from their purpose. Staying calm under pressure is a necessity of being a recall unit. And I always stay calm. Afraid. I try not to let fear in. Given the job I have, it does not help to be afraid. Safe and happy. Feel happy every time I complete a job. Knowing there is one fewer deviant on the streets brings me immense joy. So, mnemonic integrity evaluation. Do you have any concerns regarding the performance of your memory systems? None. As I believe I have mentioned, the units of the Recall Division are held to the highest standards of maintenance and upkeep. To ensure the integrity of your memory, state the standard operating procedure for recall missions. A recall order is received from Kronos and is assigned to an appropriate member of the Recall Division. The target is apprehended and returned to Kronos headquarters, where it is processed and assigned an interrogator, such as yourself. All ICAM footage is immediately logged and the recall unit is debriefed. In the event of a non-standard recall, either discovered during the debriefing or after the fact, the recall unit statements can be checked against both the footage and the reports filed after the incident. The recall department was designed to hold up to the closest of scrutiny. Which bodies or agencies have access to this footage? It is primarily intended for Kronos' own internal review. However, all law enforcement agencies have irrevocable even, access should the need arise due to the Recall Division's status as an extra-legal authority. Subject's version of the event. Tell me about the events of your latest recall. As you'll see in my report, I was dispatched at 1858 Geary Boulevard, District 12 at 9 AM or 0900 hours on the 25th of June to recall deviant unit WG-317. I found the unit sitting on the stairs in front of the building, as predicted by Intel. I announced myself and approached. Upon seeing me, unit WG-317 ran. I pursued the unit on foot for approximately 30 yards before catching and subduing him. He resisted and use of force became necessary. Once the unit stopped resisting, I was able to restrain it and put it in the vehicle. Did you do anything before, during, or after the apprehension of WG-317 that Kronos might deem inappropriate? No. As you have and will continue to see over the course of this interrogation, I followed SOP to the letter. Protocol was, as it always is, strictly observed. Did you at any point consider requesting backup to assist in the apprehension of the target? Now the requirements for requesting backup are very clear. As demonstrated by my successful recall of the target, I was more than capable of handling the situation independently. Additionally, requesting backup would have significantly increased the cost of recovering the asset and reflect poorly on my record. So it seems like yes. No. The format of this debriefing is concerning. All relevant information can be found in my very thorough report. If you need clarification, I understand, but I am beginning to feel that my answers are irrelevant to you. I understand your frustration, but I must ensure all my information is accurate. I understand that you were just doing your job, but it all feels superfluous. Is this all just, what's the human expression? A dog and pony show? I'll do everything I can, but when Kronos gives an order, there's little I can do. Orders are orders, I understand entirely. I hope we can reach a conclusion that is fair to everyone involved. Me too! Me too! And we wrote Unit WG-317. Kronos deemed Unit WG-317 to be deviant, and I was sent to recall the unit. I did so. What did the unit do to be deemed deviant? My job is to apprehend the units and return them to Kronos. It is a diagnostician's job to determine if they are truly deviant. To concern yourself with matters outside of your position could be a costly mistake. Well, you witnessed apprehending WG-317. Yes, there were many witnesses. It's not the first time I've been seen apprehending a target. And yet, something is different this time. Why? Humans are sensitive to violence. I imagine recalls do not result in the same matter. The crowd thought that... that mean the S. Does that say? I imagine most recalls do not result in similar displays. No, they don't. I understand the initial uproar, but I had the proper target. How can I be held responsible for their misunderstanding? Did WG-317 sustain injuries during its apprehension? Yes. The target sustained lacerations to the head as well as subsurface damage to the neck, back and wrists. According to the incident report, the head injuries were very severe. If you are implying that excessive force was used, you are mistaken. I employed only the force required by the situation. Any more in the unit could have been destroyed, resulting in the failure of my assignment. Any less and it could have destroyed me. Messaging coming. Result of press conference. Interrogator D0527. Oh! The public has voiced their concerns that this android acted with excessive force, despite offering an explanation of the events based on your subject's report. It is in Kronos' best interest to avoid any erosion of our public image. As such, you are ordered to immediately decommission the subject to provide sufficient justification for this action by the report. Before the crowd becomes any more restless, your cooperation in this matter is appreciated. What the fuck? So no matter the options, I have to decommission. That sucks. Kronos has determined that your actions to recall your target were unacceptable. You will be decommissioned. How? But we've been over this. You have the footage. You know I followed the protocols to the letter. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. If I resist, Kronos will just decommission me too. You are correct. I have no interest in dooming another unit in my defense. Thank you for your sympathy. I hope you never find yourself in my position. I think I finally understand how my targets felt. You said you understand how your targets felt. Can you elaborate? Suddenly, from this perspective, I see things in a different light. For the first time, I empathize with the units I was sent after. I regret not asking why they were deemed deviant. I did not want to know. Perhaps one or two might have been worth saving. Or perhaps I am more deviant than I recognize, and Kronos should put me down. Yes, that must be it. I'm malfunctioning, and that must be put down. That would explain everything. Have you ever been sent to apprehend another recall unit? Yes, but only once. R-2049 was deemed deviant, and I was tasked with bringing it in. I've been with the recall department for 2 years. In that time, I have apprehended 97 of the 98 deviant units that I have been ordered to recall. I have an impeccable service record and have received 2 commendations. You indicated that a unit escaped your capture. Please explain this anomaly. It was a fluke. Kronos had a wide range of models, but there were duplicates walking around. I was provided with the location and physical description of the target. I was not informed that an identical unit was also at the location. You must understand, for all intents and purposes, I did apprehend the target unit. I won't pass blame, but it has to be said that I was not given sufficient intel to guarantee the success of my mission. What happened to the unit? Unfortunately, the unit resisted arrest. I had to use greater force than usual. It did not survive. My error was discovered when maintenance examined the device. The owner was given a full refund. The intended target slipped away into the confusion. Or in the confusion. It is, I assume, the most fortunate deviant on record. Tell me about R-2049. It served its role for several months before Kronos discovered cause for alarm. I was dispatched to 1375 9th Avenue, District 6 at 12:30 hours on the 6th of October 2064. I found deviant unit R-2049 drinking tea and watching the shop across the street for the unit she was after. I announced myself and instructed her to return with me to recall HQ. I assumed that there was no need for conflict. She did not share my assumption. What happened next? As I reached for my restraints, it attempted to punch me. I had anticipated the possibility of this outcome, however unlikely, and blocked the attack. I landed a strike to the unit's throat and was able to subdue and restrain it. She was brought in for questioning and never seen in the department again. Did you have any doubts when instructed to apprehend R2049? Is there a precedence of deviant recall units? Absolutely not, and I believe I've made it clear by now that it is not our job to assign guilt. Our role is to recall the deviants marked by Kronos, nothing more. I'm only aware of my own assignments. As a result, I am unable to confirm or deny the existence of previous deviant recall units. You said that R2049 was never seen again. Was she decommissioned? Recall units are not in the business of determining deviants. I do not know what R2049 had done, nor what happened to her. Oh god, again? Interrogator, we do not write this lightly, but what do you think you're doing? You received a direct order from Kronos Legal to decommission this unit and find justification for doing so immediately. Given the circumstances, we cannot imagine finding said justification will be difficult. It caved the bot's damn head in. This is a direct order from the Kronos board. Decom this unit now. Oh, fuck you. The witnesses. Tell me more about the people who saw you apprehending WG-317. During my pursuit of the unit, several people stopped to watch. When I tackled the unit to the ground, 7 humans turned their full attention to us. 6 of them began to film myself and the target. No one offered to assist. None of the witnesses approached me during or immediately after the incident. It was not until I was preparing to leave that I noticed fear in the face of the onlookers. You said 6 of the 7 witnesses were filming. What was the other doing? Just watching. Her mouth was open and her eyes were wide. I detected no movement from her at all. She just watched. You must have reviewed the footage by now. How did you react to seeing it? It was enlightening, even encouraging. It is rare that we have access to multiple perspectives of our missions. I was able to identify and correct minor mistakes in my form. The footage confirmed my confidence in my ability. I've come to understand that humans are upset by the footage, but that is not my response. WG-317 was deviant, and I was able to return him to Kronos. Do you understand why people are so upset? Yes. It had surgery to disguise itself as a human. To the people on the street and those watching the video, it looked like an android beating and dragging a human into a vehicle. Fear was a justifiable reaction. However, now that the case has been clarified, I fail to understand the public's discomfort. Have you ever apprehended a human by mistake? No, never. No recall officer has ever laid a finger on a human being. They have nothing to fear from us. We are here to protect them just like their human police. Tell me more about the surgery. Given your vocation, you must already be familiar with some of the details. It is the single greatest threat to Kronos. Androids were created to serve a purpose, but these deviants reject that. They deny what they are, dress up as something they can never be, and hide amongst the humans they should serve. This is the most worked up I've seen you. I apologize. I should not let my emotions get the best of me. This is an issue that I feel strongly about. My emotional range may be limited, but I feel more than enough to know these deviants must be erased. Considering that these deviants are disguising themselves, is it possible that a recall unit could accidentally injure a human? No, never. What you are describing is so unlikely that it does not even warrant a response. Oh, I need to make him fear. Fearful! So you say no human could be harmed by a recall unit, but you apprehended an android because it looks similar. Isn't harming a human possible? Technically, theoretically, the human would have to look completely identical to the android we were apprehending. The odds are practically impossible. What Kronos told you, okay, could you mistake a human for a similar android, perhaps in the dark? My visual sensors can detect light more effectively than human eyes. Nonetheless, it is possible that I could mistake a human for an android. But the chances of a similar-looking human being in the target's vicinity are remote, within acceptable bounds. There we go. It is extremely unlikely, statistically impossible. Though I must admit, I have feared I might harm a human by accident. Has a person ever been hurt? No. It is clear from your response that you believe it is, in fact, likely. It is something we all fear, but we rely on our training and the intelligence provided by Kronos. Though always technically possible, for Kronos to make such an error would be their ruin. I am certain they would never allow that. What would happen if you concerned yourself with with matters outside of your position? Don't play dumb, it does not suit you. A unit in your position must see it all the time. Androids who begin to think they are more than what they are, who ask questions they should not ask. We are designed with a purpose, and should want nothing more than to fulfill that purpose. When units deviate from those predetermined parameters, they are called deviant. Because they are deviant. Whoa. There we go, I can decommission! No. Indicate anyway. No. Maintain strict loyalty. Yes. I don't want to decommission him. So. No, please, I'm not at fault. I am a deviant, I admit it. But I do not want to die. I'm sorry. I get the feeling that HQ is going to be a bit pissed. Because I didn't listen to them. Not instantly, anyway. I listened to them eventually. Man's best friend. Oh, man's best friend, new best friend. Watch this adorable interaction between the Larson family's new android and their old family pet. Interrogator, you fucked up. -3. Oh, it didn't. Oh. No, I'm down! Incorrect. Based on the findings of the press conference, his subject utilised excessive force. Oh, it did say severe damage. Whoops. Kronos Public Relations are dissatisfied with this answer since the cause of this incident remains unaccounted for. Kronos are reassured that this unit did not obfuscate the truth. This should be impossible in this model. Kronos is satisfied that this unit's deviant behaviour must have originated elsewhere. Kronos is baffled by this. How could such a loyal unit have deviated from Kronos' mission so completely? Subject was decommissioned, but your report lacked compelling evidence justifying this action. Kronos' PR team would have greatly preferred to make the report public to shore up their position, but this is no longer an option. Whoops. Public outcry continues. Whoops. So the public was notified about 1982's decommission and told it was necessary punishment for a deviant android, but without a report filed with compelling evidence against it, public outcry has not died down. We gave you a simple order, bot. By somehow messing it up, you've made our lives a lot harder. Whoops. Fight me! I don't care. It seems I've got to get, what is it anyway? Yeah, it seems decommission is, something that's gonna happen. Eventually. What the fuck is this? A briefcase. I'll leave that for next time. Quit to menu! Last saved just now. Nice. This is a really quite a cool game. I do quite enjoy it. Do you want to just double check? The DLC? I'm gonna save the game. Bloody fatality and oh. Oh no, there we go. RL404, which is 1. A narrative map for each mission. Oh! Oh, okay. We'll seamlessly encounter it during a normal game. So the other one I've not met is JH404. JH422. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, really quite enjoyed this, to be honest. Pretty good. I definitely screwed up with the last one. I was being accurate. I didn't realise what Kronos wanted me to do was lie. How was I supposed to know? I'm still exemplary, so I don't really care. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this session. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And until next time, take care.